Every other illness that impacts a family in some way in our world, heart, liver, lung cancer, they all have a community-based society, the Heart Foundation, the Liver Foundation, the Cancer Foundation, and that's a citizenry of the community who either in their family they have that illness or they're concerned about, they have it themselves or in their family, and the community who's concerned, they can see it coming. Well, oxy and fentanyl and carfentanil and so on is bringing that message home real quick.
I had a huge anxiety attack the first time I ever smoked any marijuana. I smoked way too much and lost the motivation, didn't want to do anything.
Lie and lie on top of lies and lie to cover up more lies. And I knew at that point that my addiction was out of control. I was using every day.
I didn't have one friend that did not do drugs, not one.
There's still a perception that addiction is a moral failing. We know now from the science beyond a shadow of a doubt that that's not the case. It's a disease. Self-control becomes diminished, and the most vulnerable harms are in teenagers and young people and those who are mentally ill.
I just lost grip with reality entirely.
A lot of the past 5 years is blackout. I don't remember much. Like it took a big toll on my education.
I saw the repercussions. I saw my family not being as close.
I felt like I was losing grip on reality. Part of me felt like I was going insane.
Did I know that he was doing hard drugs? Absolutely not. First thing you think of, right? What did I do wrong?
Addiction is addiction, so whether it's marijuana, heroin, cocaine, it really doesn't matter. Families who aren't familiar with the disease of addiction go through hell. Looking
back, right? I didn't understand. I don't know what was going on. Very uneducated as a parent. So that was the biggest thing for me.
It's helping the family understand the illness and the community and the work sites of the community. That's where we get under the belly of the beast.
So we have to arm ourselves with like-minded people who have been through this journey. And we have to get as much support as we can until they get in contact with somebody. It's like Little House, for example, somebody who understands the disease of addiction.
I needed help.
I didn't want to feel horrible anymore. I wanted to be loved. I wanted to be able to love. I asked if I could set up an appointment with a counselor and just talk about my options. And I met with a counselor and I told her how I felt.
I felt like unjudged, and it was really relieving to meet people like me that I felt understood.
And I think that's really what changed my life. What really made me turn things around was I got help.
Got clean through a 12-step fellowship. It saved my life.
If you do everything they tell you to do, you will not use drugs again. But if you do everything they tell you to do, you will stay clean.
And I've had people say, well, you know, why should we worry about those who have a lesser capacity to deal with it? That's just another kind of issue. We can't live in that kind of mentality. Chemical dependency is an illness. It's a medical illness. It's got a prognosis. It's got a pathway that can be predicted. And it's got an end that can be predicted. I'm an absolutely strong believer, coming from off the farm, where when the farmer was sick at harvest time, we all went and did the harvesting. The community responded to deal with the crises. And my life has been dedicated to helping communities, families, work sites, union, management, communities. When we have the information we have today, we have centers that can treat it as a disease, and they have abstinence as a goal. And you create not a healing person, you start to create a healing environment. And I think people are ready for it.
The story of the Little House is a story of support, and now we need your financial support. To help, visit our website at littlehousesociety.ca and click on the donate button. Your donation will allow the Little House to provide individuals and families with the tools and guidance they need to overcome the ravages of addiction. Your financial contribution will help the Little House deliver the emotional, clinical, educational, and community-based support that is so vital to the people of Delta. Your generosity will change lives right here in your community.